Hello, everyone. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Sarah's here, at least for a little while.
Hello, hello, hello.
It always makes me happy when Sarah's here. So I'll say this very quickly. Thank you. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions out of the chat. I don't always get through 12, but I try. And 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. That is the Boo Boo Zen Kitty. This is the Boo Boo Zen Kitty. Yes, dear. And who died? Who died? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, if you're watching this on replay, hello, you can skip all this. Just go down in the description box. All the questions are there. I timestamp them as I go. And and we have a great community because of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. And Ricky saying, and the star of the show, the last Jedi himself, Boo Boo Zen Kitty. Yes.
And just like Elvis, he left the building or the room.
Did he?
Now. So yeah, he just walked out. Yeah.
Okay. And like Elvis, he's left the building.
Yeah, just like Elvis, he has skedaddled. Yes.
Yes. Okay. We've got something slightly different up front. But it is actually horribly related.
Ties into something.
It ties into the first question. Yeah. So anyway, here's the situation, and I'll start this at 2 minutes in. 2 minutes in. Save. All right. The upshot of this is that I have to create a lot of graphics for my work. A ton of graphics. What is it? I figured out, what was it? I need a minimum of 134 images a month.
Something like that, yeah.
Minimum.
And that's just going to go up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I am always looking for images, looking for things I can turn into images that I'm going to use, et cetera, et cetera. And one of the things I run across a lot, or that I'll go look at specifically, is anytime drawings of figures come up in my searches, and it looks like a variation where it was like, oh, are they doing different things? Could I turn these into tarot cards? At least not a whole deck, but enough that I could create some covers from them, or something. So I found these yesterday. If you guys remember, if you have yet recovered from yesterday's nails, today's nails, I love these. They're kind of almost sci-fi.
They're very pretty.
Thank you. But the ones yesterday were just the most bright yellow green you've ever seen. And it was because of these images I had found. So I used them for the overlay. Well, those were just images of people. But there was another, that's from a page out of an old book. Well, apparently there's a different page out of that book. It didn't just have figures. It had stuff written beneath it.
Descriptions in Dutch.
Yeah, in Dutch.
Old Dutch.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And so I was looking at them, and a couple of things I found. I couldn't read it, what have you, but some of the images I thought were amusing, so I showed them to Sarah. And then Sarah figured out that she has an app.
I have Google Translate on my phone. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
I have Google Translate on my phone, and I use the Google Lens a lot because my children go to a hybrid school. It's half part homeschool, part whatnot. But one of my kiddos is taking German, and when she needs help with her homework, I have no clue. None. Almost said a wordy dird, but bleep, clue, none. So I use Google Lens a lot. And the really cool part with this is that, have any of you ever seen those things where, like, you take something like song lyrics in English, like the woman who did Frozen, where she took the lyrics and then she ran them through like 5 different languages and then back to English and then sang it to see how it. I need to get that to you.
Okay.
It is,
and I will share it.
yes, it is chef's kiss. And she's done this with a couple of different videos. But this sort of reminded me of that because Google Lens is judging it by Dutch, but it's like an older, like old, like OLDE Dutch, you know. Older. It's a bit from back there. So, while she stepped away, hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, House of the Normand. You guys are so awesome.
I'm
And
sorry.
thank you again, Dana.
When I stepped away, I wasn't. I am very much listening to you, and I can
no,
hear
no,
you.
no.
It's. I'm trying to quiet him down, but anyway.
Totally understand. Okay. So there are some images. I think. Are you gonna bring those up real quick?
Yes.
And I will decipher them for us all.
Right.
Through Google Lens. Yes.
I set this up. I got the 6 key ones. So we have these images and what is beneath them.
Yes.
All right. So the first one here, it looks to me like a cat. I'm guessing being taught to sing the song of its people. And
you would think.
Yeah, there's a woman holding something, but it looks like a broken
thread.
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a broken thread.
Oh, what does it say?
Yes. 2 times 5 is 10. Want to see something nice. Betty wants to mend a dress. And Mop wants to spell the ABCs. Don't believe everything they say. Where's a dog that spells letters? The Phi info 10. So there you go. The cat is learning to sing the ABCs while Betty is hemming her dress while she's wearing it. That takes talent.
It does.
I've never hemmed something while you pin it so you know where it falls. But I've never. Betty, you on it.
Oh, I did that in college. I went to art school.
Look at you.
So I was putting pockets on the front of my this big shapeless dress. So I just was sitting in class and I just had it there and I just sat there and put the pocket in. I assume I'm amazed that's a cat. I think we need to talk to Betty about her pet because that's not a dog.
Maybe in Old Dutch it translates as such. I am not sure, but
okay. Okay. So what about the one next?
Are we going next? Or are we going down?
Yeah, let's go across if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right. So it looks like. All right. Let's start with what it looks like. It looks like a guy's trying to eat a pile of
something,
brown stuff on his table, and there's some guy with his hat on.
Okay.
What's going on there?
Yes. Nothing is 0. Poor soul, you were late. I'm sorry, mate. If one comes to guest, then it should be appropriate at the time. Basically, you showed up late, you ain't eating, I'm eating, bye-bye. That's what that translates to.
You missed dinner. Goodbye.
Yes. No soup for you.
No soup for you.
No soup for you.
Okay. And then we've got a guy wearing, it looks like he's wearing what the English would call suspenders. In America, we would call them what? It looks like he's got some really cool like upper thigh like stockings and then elastic.
Like chaps, sort of like an earlier version of chaps.
Maybe like women wear stockings with a garter.
Yes, garters. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my electronic friend here just said, "I'm sorry, I don't know that." Anyway,
ladies, as they call them, braces. So there you go. Droopy
there we go.
pants. Okay. Okay. So in this one, twice 3 is 6, 100 sharp as a knife. Let one spawn through the bobbin from the fertile ground. Fritz got a little garden from Papa, and he worked with heart and spa.
Fritz got a little garden from Papa.
Now, again, if any of you know Dutch, this is not. This is
Yeah.
translated. Yes.
Right. This is not. If you know Old Dutch, bless you.
Bless
we
you.
are amused by the
Yes.
misprinting of the images and the mistranslation beneath.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so Fritz, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You got a little garden from Papa.
You got a little garden from Papa.
Okay, so down bottom left.
Yes.
People. Right, it looks like a big gathering. Okay.
Again, this is just the Google Lens just picks things up and okay. So Vala's husband is a D. Twats it, it's storming.
Wait. What was that first part?
Vala's husband is a D.
Just the letter D.
Yes, just the letter. You can still see the D, like in the picture.
Vala's husband is a D. Okay.
Closet, it's storming, and it's cold and gosh outside. It's raining meds. MEDS. It's raining meds.
I'm hallucinating. It's raining meds.
Right. Come and sit by the boat. There's a boat? The sole corner of the hearth is everything well for study. Okay.
Come sit by the boat.
Yep.
Because
and the hearth and the boat. The hearth.
Right. Because her husband's a D.
You know what? If her husband's a big of a D, it's probably good it's raining meds. She's going to need something to do for this.
Oh. Like in the 60s.
Right. It's raining benzos. Whew. Okay.
All right. This next picture, it looks to me like this poor woman has got some problems physically.
Yes. And you are not wrong. She's deaf.
Okay.
Because the street is wet, a deaf child is playing deaf 3. Mary, take care to look well down. Me worth you. Child well. Each and the friend. The deaf girl playing in the rain, and because the street's wet.
Oh.
Yes.
Why is she deaf? Why do we have to make her? Why did they make her deaf?
I don't know.
And what does playing in the rain and the puddles have to do with being? That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. I don't understand.
Yes.
Frida Smet says, "Haha!" It says, "Sit by the fire." Okay, I think Frida Smet is our person who actually knows what this says. Chartels, just having a quick look.
Frida says she's mad, not deaf. Again, I know I'm not right. I know this is just what Google Translate lens. Like if I held the phone up to the camera, to the screen and let it. Yes. So Frida Smith, thank you.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So she's mad, so she's stomping through puddles. Is that what's happening?
Makes sense.
Makes sense. I'm guessing. Can you explain to us how Velma's husband is not a D? Sorry, I'm still caught up on that. How is? Anyway, okay. So this last image, she's either saying "tie my shoe," or she's kicking the table or something.
Yes, she's kicking the table because he won't buy her. Okay, wait a minute. VDFTIG, I don't know, that's his name, whatever, is purchased with an L. And if I don't do this number, also CS, something about 100 notebooks. And I think it might have picked up some of what was on the other side of it when it did that. Just as much as 5 times 10, just as much as 10, just as much as I wrote here. What we gathered earlier was that she was mad and kicked him because he wouldn't buy her any more notebooks. There are times I've almost wanted to kick my husband because he wouldn't buy me notebooks. I mean, I wouldn't, but you know.
So she's trying.
He's writing.
She's trying to kick him because he won't buy her 100 notebooks.
Yes.
Okay, we can get the 100 notebooks. We will.
My Manx, you're absolutely right. Google Translate needs to retranslate, but that's just, it's, yes. So, our young lady here is upset that he is writing instead of buying her more things.
100 notebooks.
100 notebooks.
100, mind you.
Yes.
Okay. So this was fun. This was great. I thoroughly enjoyed this. We giggled. And Sarah, thank you so much. And thank you, Frida Smet, for setting us straight.
Yes.
It's just, we hit the last one and I was like, oh, it's Marjorie Trader Green.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Because the first question today, let me get over here. Bum-ba-da-bum. The first question today. What are we at? At 1708 or 1715? Yeah, whichever. Okay. Marjorie Taylor Greene was feeling footloose and fancy-free Thursday when being asked about her stance on gun control while walking in D.C. She kicked the back of the heels of an 18-year-old young woman twice, causing the woman to stumble. The young woman is debating pressing charges.
So let me run the part of the video for you.
Yes.
Hi. Okay. Share screen.
And there's two versions of the video floating around. There's two views. The first view doesn't really show. It is the video that Marjorie posted. It looks like a coincidence. The girl just tripped. The other video shows Marjorie's, like, literally her foot coming down like towards this girl's ankle.
All right. Well, but let's let everybody decide.
Yes.
Let everybody decide. So you're okay, boo. All right. I'm going to go down to here. This is.
You're getting kids shot in school. You're helping kids get shot in school.
No, I'm not. No,
you're helping.
You're a coward. Is what you
How am I a coward? You're the one running away.
All right, so this is the situation.
You're the one running away.
No, gun rights protect people. That stops people from.
Oh yeah, what does gun rights do for all the kids who keep getting shots in school? How am I a coward?
All right, so this is what's been going on.
Am I scared of guns?
No.
So do you like living in a country where kids keep getting shot in school and dying?
We need access to the sidewalks.
Look at the woman in the blue dress.
Yeah.
Are you the tourist?
Watch her.
Guy? Yeah, you're the guy that said that the insurrection was just a group of tourists, right?
No, yes, you want to know how I'm voting?
Yeah, that was you. That was you. I recognize your face. So just to be clear, Second Amendment prevents gun violence. The Second Amendment. How does the Second Amendment prevent gun violence? You're the one that believes that the insurrection
Step out of the
was
way.
a tourist.
You're blocking a member of Congress.
She kicked her.
You're blocking a member of Congress.
Citizen
You need
talking
to stay
to
away.
members of
You can't block members of Congress.
You can't block members of Congress. You can't kick people. Oh no. Oh heck no.
This from the woman who threatens to call the cops if someone so much as moves a Post-it from her office or on her door or whatever. And she's out here basically committing assault.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. If you are a member of Congress, you need to be held to a higher account, not lower. And you cannot, look, not only am I in Chicago, but I went to school downtown Chicago. And granted, this was many years ago, but it's Chicago. There are a lot of people. I took the train. I was around people. I was around a lot of people. Guess what? Some people got in my way. Shocking, I know. And they often got in my way. And so I would stop. Sometimes I would have to come to a dead stop and just stand there and be frustrated for a few moments before I was able to say, excuse me, and go around them. You do not kick people's feet. You do not.
Concrete. She could have, on that curb, she could have just curb smashed her face and completely broken her nose, her jaw. It could have been bad.
Oh, no. Oh, is there? Yeah, you can see it right there. She's looking down at her feet. She's aiming.
Yeah. And there's a what's the Talladega Nights. I'm gonna lowball comedy this for a second. Will Ferrell's character in Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby, goes through a period where he likes to tell people, no offense, but, and then says the most offensive thing possible, but he tells his boss, but you can't get mad at me because I said no offense, or, And so Marjorie Trader Green is over here basically pulling a Ricky Bobby. Well, I said, excuse me. No, you kicked her twice. I don't care if you said, excuse me. You literally kicked the woman twice. I don't care that you said, excuse me at all.
I want to run this just one more time.
Okay.
Just this part, just this little part.
You need to step out of the way. You're blocking a member of Congress.
He kicked her.
You're
She
blocking
kicked her.
members of Congress.
Talking
Stay
to
away.
members of Congress.
You can't block members of Congress.
You can't block
You
members.
literally cannot do that. We're literally on way.
She didn't apologize.
No. And Phyllis, that video is in the same article that's in the link. The one you're talking about that has from the side angle where you can definitely see the kick better. Yeah.
But you can see it.
Oh yeah.
When I saw another version of this, and it looked, all you could see was Marjorie Taylor Greene because it's from like back here, and it just looked like she maybe tripped on her own feet or stumbled a little bit herself. But now with this, no. Matter of fact, I feel if I had remembered that she was wearing that pink jacket, I would have chosen different colors for today. Just you're not in the club. You don't. No. You do not kick people.
Not at all.
You can say excuse me loudly. You can say it. You can say excuse me rudely. You can go around. You do not kick people. And I am sick. I'm sorry. I am sick to death of these people's entitlement. I am sick to death of them getting away with all this stuff. It's like, no, you are a part of civilization. Act like it.
Exactly. Did you get the timestamp at 17:15? Because you've got the working copy open. I just wanted to catch you before I went.
No, I appreciate it. 17:15. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
All right. Chat. Chat is saying MTG is definitely smiling and happy with herself about that.
Oh yeah.
And Sweet Sugar Jones, I love that name. It's saying same. Yeah, we're tired of these people. It's like, no, you do not get to do that. it kind of reminds me of something rude but true that Hal Sparks said last week.
Mm-hmm.
It was about Donald Trump and his famous Access Hollywood quote.
Mm-hmm.
And how he was very much a straight man, let's just put it that way, said, you know, if you're doing things right, you don't have to.
Ding, ding, ding.
He said, matter of fact, if you play your cards right, it will just gently land in your hand like a little bird. I'm sorry. I thought
that is hilarious. That is hilarious. That is amazingly hilarious.
I'm sorry. I'm being very rude today.
It's okay. It's my influence. I'm horrible. Oh,
you're awesome. Anyway, so I'm glad I made Julie laugh. So that's good. That's good. All right. I made Sarah laugh. I made Julie laugh. So good. All right. Kathy Odinson, seriously, it's assault. Yeah. And as a sitting member of Congress, she should be held to a higher account. So is she going to be? Of all the heinous things she's done, this hardly registers, but that's just no excuse. You do not kick people. And then the people, the guy with her was saying, you can't what is it, stop or get in the way? You can't stop a member of Congress.
Yeah, you can't stop him. What?
Public sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
And please, I am upset enough. I will refer you back to my discussion yesterday about the hand signal of the Battle of Agincourt. That's what I would have to say to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, and Karen Conroy is saying harassing the young shooting victim was the worst. Yeah, that was a moment. Insult to injury. We're definitely in the right place. I'm going to actually make myself look big just for a second so people can see the cards. But you look fabulous. I just want to say that, make sure that.
Thank you, my dear.
Insult to injury. That's pretty much her. I mean, that's, yeah. Lovers. 9 of Swords, 6 of Wands, Knight of Cups. By the way, where was she? I mean, I'm assuming she was in Washington, D.C., but how often do we see other members of Congress walking around like that?
Not often, but other members of Congress can walk around without giving just jank sound bites.
Yeah.
You know? So...
I mean, because there was one point earlier in the video where the guy with her said something like, we need access to the sidewalk, something like that. And it was like, that is totally reasonable. Where you're saying we need access to the sidewalk.
Right. Like, give us at least a few inches on each side, please. You know, let's not interfere personal space. Yeah.
Right. But it's just, we need access because they were kind of hemming them in a little bit. And it was like, we need access to the sidewalk so we could, keep walking. That is totally, and that's not, oh, this person's in Congress or, oh, what. No, that is totally reasonable. But, and then all this happened. And it's like, you've got to be kidding me. So she's used to dealing with people who are, and I'm sorry. Ding cuckoo, ding cuckoo, ding cuckoo. She's awful. And she is so, okay, I'll stop talking there. She believes that she has the right for this far right victory, that she's right, therefore Trump should be in office forever. She should be in office forever. And these are those other people who were there who were hurting. This is people standing up and saying, no, that's not right. That's not right. And even other Republicans, of course, they're not going to come to her. You know, they're going to try to say this is nothing, that, you know, you're making, you know, this isn't important. But quietly, they're like, that was just stupid. They're like, you don't. That's just stupid.
Right.
Is this woman going to press charges? I hope so, but it's not. I'm not feeling a flat out no. Is this woman going to press charges?
Oh. I'll let you read this real quick.
All right, Cardiff. Oh, the sitting member of Congress was working. So what, you're going to try to put it under the debate clause? Hanged Man, Knight of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. For the tripping. Actively going forward, Cups, Democrats, Wheel of Fortune. There's some weird sticking power about this. I guess kicking a young constituent or a young person asking questions.
Yeah, it's a bit much. Yes.
There's something about this. I'm not saying it's like a defining moment, even this is right, but it's bigger than you'd think. This is going to stick to her. You were going to say something?
Oh, yes. No, Stephanie Martin asked, somewhere I read, she then said something like, go back to where you came from. Is that true? Later on in the video. I didn't hear that. But the young woman in question does have some melanin. I don't know if she's part Latina or whatnot, or it's none of my business. But
because people like us, we don't care. It's like, hey, you be you. I'm happy for you. I'm not going to kick you.
Right.
Where is it?
Okay, here we go.
You need to step out of the way. You're blocking a member.
Oh, she kicked her.
You're blocking a member of Congress. You talking to members of Congress. You can't block members of Congress.
Okay, I don't know why it's acting up.
You literally cannot do that.
I was in Boulder during the Colorado shooting at the supermarket, where 10 people were murdered down the street.
You know what? I support people to protect themselves with their guns.
Yeah, you are. What is she? When she's talking over her shoulder. You can't kick a constituent.
You literally cannot do that.
I can't hear Stephanie Martin. That I can't hear definitively what she's saying. Would I put it past her? No, but it's not definitive.
Yeah, well, from this angle, certainly. What it did sound more like you're making. It was. It sounded more like you're making more of this than it is. And then she's saying, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay.
Lola Bell says her name is Mariana Pecora. Julie Robinette says she sounds really drunk. Actually, no, that she always talks like that. It's quite frightening.
Murray, MTG wasn't sent to a girls' finishing school, obviously.
Yeah. Marjorie Harrison says, Marjorie Trader Green needs a sign on her back that says, kick me. That was good. That was good. Of course, that is not what we want. and for the record. But as a humorous aside, that isn't actually going to happen. That's good. That's very good.
Yes. Well, I am going to have to step away now, but thank you all so much for being so welcoming and let me hang out with you guys a little bit this morning.
Thank you.
And I will see you all later. I'll be here this afternoon on the Creative Sprint channel.
Good.
And we'll go from there. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Sarah.
No problem.
And I feel like I should apologize to Frida Smith for butchering your language. What? Maybe he's just figured out that when I'm standing here that I'm dying. I'm dying. Sweetie, you're not dying. You're really not. Anyway. See, this is legal silence as the card for the reading. But it's got the star underneath it and judgment, which is she expects this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. And part of me actually wants this woman to press charges. And I want this to go to court where there's a camera and we can watch Marjorie Trader Green on the stand again, because that's always revealing. Are you tired? Okay, here. Okay, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go under the blanket. Yes, and we're gonna hope this works because I've got stuff to do. There you go. Because I've got readings to do. Yes. Aha. Spot for the kitties. All right. Spot for the kitty, rather. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, Anna. Hopefully Sarah can stay longer next time. Yeah, I hope so. She's so great. Okay, Kathy Odinson, I thought her hair was great too. Okay, and I know Marjorie, I know you're not that mean. On my channel, I just try to make it clear because every once in a while people get carried away, and I just have to be consistent in what I say. All right, so, Marjorie Trader Green is expecting this is nothing. And the woman is smiling. She was smiling when she was in front of Marjorie Trader Green. And some people smile when they're nervous. But when she said, "You kicked me," and she's still smiling. And Marjorie Trader was like, "You're making more of this than it was." I will bet you at some point she will say, "Well, the woman was smiling. How bad could it have been?" And that, my friends, wait for that, because that is the classic response of an abuser. Someone who has committed assault, that is the classic response. Well, it didn't seem that upset at the time. Maybe she'll turn it into a fundraiser. She just gets more and more extreme. She's actually going to become more extreme, which could very well, maybe that will be her political downfall. Wheezy Squeezebox says shades of Dolores Umbridge. Yeah. Yeah. Shay Laughter, Duper's Delight. Tigress is saying typical abuser. Yep. Polly Wanda says, I am preparing to delight in Marjorie Trader Green's misery. Marie Henson says, I agree from personal experience. I'm sorry. Bless. Bless. Anna, who expects a congressperson to kick you? Mm-hmm. Sharon Ann says she needs to be charged and arrested for January 6th. Well, there's that too. But this is a very human, understandable, we've all been there kind of situation where someone's in your way. How do you respond? Ten of Cups. These are the last cards I'll pull on this. Death card. 8 of Eight of Pentacles, Emperor. It just feels like she's just, it's bad, and it feels like she is just going to become more and more extreme. Having been swatted twice, which is wrong, and I want to make sure that's very clear. You do not swat anybody ever. People could get hurt. Children could get hurt. There are other people who might be in desperate need of those officers to help them. And you're wasting money. You're wasting your own money and the people in that community's money. They didn't do anything to you. It's wrong. Do not swat. But she was swatted twice. She has no idea where to put a camera in her house. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see the interior shot that she released of the police coming into her house? Calmly, luckily, it was fine. But yeah, she keeps her camera in the entrance hall, like not on the edge of whatever shelf or top of the grandfather clock or whatever it is where you could see. She actually keeps it back, so you can only see, like, where was it? It was like, so on the video, you could only see, like, gosh, I can't even get this thing close enough. You can only see like that much of the frame. Because the camera was sitting so far back. It was just a flat darkness for most of the frame. It's like, oh boy, not the sharpest knife in the drawer, are you? Just the most vicious one. Anyway, Taylor B says, in my humble opinion, this is too much time on MTG. I understand. Well, that's all I had to say. But I think we need to speak out about this. We need to speak out about the big things. We need to speak out about the small things. And we had insurrectionists attack people at the Capitol. Police officers. And that is the big, we do whatever we want. Trump is still president. Trump is embracing the right. He called in, I showed the video yesterday, day before, about Trump phoning in at the rally outside the prison where January 6th insurrectionists are being held. And he was talking about, he's basically inciting violence is what he's doing. If more's done, and he's been saying this publicly, there's going to be a reaction like there's never been seen before in this country. People aren't going to stand for it. There's going to be a reaction. It's going to be the worst thing. It's going to be worse than you've ever seen. It's going to be, and he is embracing this far right, farther and farther and farther. And I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is going farther and farther right too. They really are going really in the deep end. And this is a human level thing that we can all understand. So anyway. All right. Joanne says, yes, she represents the whole MAGA Trumpians. They need to be addressed and stop the bullying. Yep. Paula Vella says, if she has that little self-control, imagine her with a loaded gun. Ooh, frightening. Yeah, and was it Boebert or was it Trader Green as well who did their Christmas cards by giving their children assault weapons to hold in a Christmas card, like Jesus would. Anyway, all right. All right. Glenn Bird says, by the way, I lived in a mobile home once. Not all who dwell there are trashy people. Oh, good grief. No, they're not. No. And boy, I remember when I lived in Phoenix, there was like a trailer park nearby. It was lovely. It was Bobert, but there was somebody else. It wasn't just her. There was somebody else who gave their children assault weapons to hold in the Christmas card. Parum-pum-pum-pum, me and my gun. Anyway, all right, moving on. So at 46 minutes in, Raymond Dearie. Going to be reading on Raymond Dearie a bit, I think, but I don't think this is going to go on for that long. Raymond Dearie will be the special master tasked with sorting through the files seized from Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago. It says home, but his rental property. Will Raymond Dearie stick by the letter of the law and be as impartial, basically? Will Raymond Dearie be impartial? Let's see here. Oh, Polly says, does she kick cats out of her way? Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that in front of me. Or in front of many of you, I imagine. But Raymond Dearie, retired, well, 70. One person said he was retired, but somebody else, they had a case before him, and some said, and still do. It's like, you can't if he's retired. And Apple's saying if the DOJ appeals, will a special master be needed? Well, the DOJ said would be okay with Dearie. So the judge just said, do it. They are going to appeal. I don't know. I've been picking up since the beginning of this special master nonsense that the DOJ is better off just going, fine, that person, done, give it a week, moving on. So Lisa is asking, were Trump's assets frozen? Was that the reason for the emergency golf course meeting? We don't think so, but I really wonder if he wasn't. I wonder if he doesn't have to sell that golf course. But Raymond Dearie, he'll be impartial. Dearie, will you be impartial? He has experience. He has clearance. Let's see what the cards say, because the energy is just kind of a meh. This whole thing it feels like it's barely a blip in the road. 3 of Cups. Well, we were certainly pleased that when they actually went to Mar-a-Lago and executed a lawful search warrant. Jane is saying Judge Cannon wants Dearie to remit his opinion by the end of November. Oh, I don't think the DOJ is going to be happy with that kind of timetable. And I don't know that it's going to take that long. So let's see. Is this person is he going to drag it? Is he going to be impartial, or is he going to drag it out for Trump's sake? 2 of Cups. There was an agreement on this guy. There's a thief card. There's evidence. Like, here's the evidence. Here are the banker's boxes. Clunk. Good luck. Ace of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. That's the truth, and it weakens Trump's argument. There's very little in there that's comes under attorney-client privilege. Very little, if anything, is what that feels like. And he's bringing the sword of truth. Here's your stuff. Okay, using the sword of truth. It looks bad for Trump. It doesn't feel like it's going to take that long, but are they going to move on with this, or is Dearie going to, or are we going to have to wait until the end of November? Or I thought I turned you off. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not reading on Canon herself because, good grief. Sweet Sugar Jones says the end of November is too long to risk jeopardizing foreign intel. Agreed. Very much agreed. Clearing the situation out. These belong in this category, these belong in this belongs in that. Sorted. Ace of Cups. Sorry. Devil. Ace of Wands. I think Dearie's going to be horrified by the stuff that's in there. Page of Wands. He's going to be horrified. This is trying to clear the air. This is the absolute corruption of him having those things there. This is the messenger. In particular, the seriousness, this huge importance of what's there, of the messages that are there. And this is being very much on the defensive because he shouldn't have had this stuff. I don't think this judge is going to wait until the end of November. I think this judge is going to be horrified. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, the Federalist Society is, yeah. Holly Wanda, tarot cards in a microwave? What did I miss? Stephanie Martin has information. Dearie was nominated to the U.S. District Court, Eastern District of New York, by Reagan in 1986. Served there for decades. And assumed senior status in 2011. He's semi-retired, but still hears some cases. Okay, thank you. Green Nightingale's asking, are we sure the judge Dearie isn't compromised? He's on Trump's list. Sweet Sugar Jones is asking, why is he on Trump's list? Because he was the one who signed off on the some limitations on Carter Page's in the FISA court for the limitations on how the government could surveil Carter Page. So the Trump people, I think mistakenly, believe that he's somehow on their side. Polly wanted to sanitize him after reading Megamuck. He wouldn't have any cards left. They would crumble to dust. Marie Sutton says, I give Judge Dearie 2 to 3 weeks before he's done. Yeah. This is spurious. Is that the word I'm looking for? This is not a real, yeah. Trump asking for this is ridiculous. 6 of Cups, 10 of Wands, Magician, Hierophant. Oh, they're really expecting Dearie to delay, do everything to help Trump, and then they end up, it's like, okay, well, that didn't work. So now they're looking out, trying to find some other way to scuttle the investigation, delay things, break things, whatever. So I'm not getting bad energy from Dearie, to be honest. He's seen a lot. And I don't think he's going to have anywhere near, I don't think he's going to have the kind of bias towards Trump that they think. So Heather Formosa is saying, I think Dearie will be okay. He was a FISA judge, so he understands national security. True. True. Sweet Sugar Jones says, thank you. So biz as usual. I think it's, yeah, things are going to keep going on. Okay, so at 56 minutes in, Eileen had a question here. 56. So, will Cannon's ruling not allowing the DOJ/FBI to continue reviewing top secret documents taken from Mar-a-Lardo be overruled at either the 11th Circuit Court or the Supreme Court, and how quickly? I thought she was allowing, please correct me. I do not know everything, and there's a lot to juggle. 7 hours ago. Okay. Judge rules for Trump, blocks review of seized classified documents. CBS News. Judge denies DOJ request to regain access to some documents. ABC News. Judge will likely grant DOJ request to continue review of document. No, that was 2 days ago. So, no, judge denies DOJ request to regain access. National security. Jane Weniger's asking if Dearie finds some immediate damaging evidence, we'll turn it over to the DOJ. True. Polly Wanda is wondering, will science ever discover the secret to Trump's hair arrangement? And no, it defies physics. And yes, Sweet Sugar Jones, so much to juggle. Yeah. Sweet Sugar Jones says, but she changed her stance on how they can use the documents. Lisa's asking, will Judge Cannon's decision keep the FBI from searching Trump's other properties? Well, I wasn't seeing a lot of caveats there. So how soon will the DOJ FBI be able to continue reviewing the top secret documents? Is it going to drag on, or is this going to be... Six of Cups. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. No, this feels very straightforward. He had stuff. This judge says what stuff is admissible, what isn't. Yeah, this is, the energy is very straightforward for not only the special master, but and I think, who was it who just said it? Julie was saying the DOJ has pictures of all of them already, probably already accomplished reviewing them. They have been working on this for at least 16 months. Could be. Ann Rudd says the DOJ will be appealing the latest ruling, re halting the viewing of specific documents. So, Knight of Cups, Six of Cups, King of Wands. He took secrets. And the Biden government has no patience for this. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. National security. Mm-mm. This is going to fall on Trump the man's head. This is not going to end well for him. Ultimately, the energy is very clear. This is not going to end well for Trump. So I guess we just have to keep hanging in there, fighting the good fight. So, there's also a question here about Mark Meadows. How much tea has he spilled? How much did Mark Meadows spill? Well, he handed over, was it 2,000 emails and messages? Even then, he decided to tell the January 6th committee, I'm not working with you. It's like, you just gave us all this stuff. Okay. Mark Meadows. He's still mad at Cassidy Hutchinson. Still mad. Mark Meadows. Knight of Wands. Yeah, you may say that you couldn't change Trump's mind, but you were still a complete enabler of his garbage. That's on you, bucko. Ace of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. King of Swords. Knight of Swords. Page of Wands. Meadows really doesn't want to go to prison. He saw a lot. He has a lot of information. He was a nexus point for people trying to get information to Trump. Even Junior called Meadows when he couldn't get through to Trump himself. This is aggressive law enforcement. This is like a prosecution or being questioned. This is aggressive law enforcement. And this is the messenger. Here are the messages. Just take them. Just take them. There was a video a number of years ago where this woman she'd go on vacation and she'd end up down in the Caribbean somewhere, and she'd be snorkeling, and she found this little octopus. It was like this big total, and who lived kind of a wasn't very well hidden. I mean, it just kind of like there was only a little bit there to protect him, and not the best place. But anyway, but she thought he was kind of relatively friendly, and so she'd come back and she would give him a little bit of food here and there. And she came back and decided to do like a test. So she put some food in a big glass jar that had a big lid at the top that was spun closed. And this octopus eventually unscrewed the lid and got the fish out from inside. The thing is, because this poor thing was so exposed, other fish would try to steal his food, whatever food he had. And there was one day where the octopus got some food, but was pestered so badly, so much, so quickly that he just like moved himself away from his own, and he just threw the food away. Like, leave me alone. I'm getting that kind of sense from Mark Meadows. Just take it. Take it. Anyway, I guess we're getting there. And the woman came back and the octopus was gone. So, don't know what happened, but poor little thing. It's hard living in the wild. It really is. Ugh. Anyway, but octopus, wherever you've gone, bless you. Bless you. Soul's probably on the other side. Bless you. All right, so then there's a question here about the golf course meeting. 106. 106. All right, the question is, was Trump told to come to the meeting at the golf course? Did Trump's meeting involve getting Cannon not to let the DOJ have access to the 100+ documents? Well, the my understanding is that the meeting was kind of sudden. They wasn't announced or anything, but the people who were there with him were people who worked there. I mean, Eric was there, but there was the groundskeeper was the one in the red shirt, and my understanding is the rest of them were people who were involved with the property itself. And he suddenly is going around there. So I don't think this had anything to do with his other legal problems, other than I'm really wondering if he's trying to clean things up so he could maybe sell the place. Unless he's trying to have his live 54, whatever, Saudi Arabian golf tournament there. So I'm thinking golf tournaments or sell the place because he's that desperate for money. Hold, please. On the defensive, but it's really turned upside down. This feels like Trump he has so much legal stuff happening. I think he's got some serious, and I mean serious, financial problems trying to pay his bills. Didn't the RNC stop paying his legal bills? I'm getting big money problems. Dave says trying to move hidden items off the property. Could be. Green Nightingale says probably wants them to seal secret tunnels. Well, there are tunnels underneath Mar-a-Lardo. Now I'm starting to do it. Mar-a-Lago. But I don't know about Washington, D.C. Teresa Ford said the RNC said if he announced that he was running, they would stop. Oh. Kim says Kevin McCarthy was there and Devin Nunes. Actually, if you look closely at the pictures, that isn't who that was, though. They weren't actually there. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I've looked into close-ups and the there were some close-ups of the people so you could see their faces but thank you. Trump. Right, Washington, D.C. golf course. He got a message. Okay, what kind of message did you get? Kim Hawkins, that's why he came on the plane with his golf shoes. Could be. 10 of Pentacles. 9 of Wands. 8 of Swords. 4 of Cups. Queen of Cups. this feels like maybe a tournament or something, some kind of big thing that would potentially make some money, but his situation is so dire, it would barely be a drop in the bucket compared to what he needs. But he keeps fighting this stuff. And so he keeps having to get more and more lawyers. And he just feels like because anyone who goes against him is a Democrat. The Democrats are just always after him. They're subpoenaing records. They searched Mar-a-Lago. They on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, I think he was trying to set something up, but whatever money he makes, it's just not enough. And he does have those loans that are coming due next year. Hundreds of millions of dollars. And it's not like there are many banks around who are going, hey, yeah, let me loan you some money. So, okay, Lola Bell asked a couple of days ago. Sometimes it takes me time to get to some of the questions, but your questions are very important. And thank you for being here. And thank you for asking them. So Lola Bell was asking about Karoline Leavitt, a Gen X Trumper. The Gen Xer. Anyway. Karoline Leavitt. Let's have a look what we're talking about here. Share screen. Okay. Gen Z candidate Karoline Leavitt outraised establishment candidate and lead up to her win in New Hampshire's GOP primary. More news. She's won the primary. Okay, great. She's a former Trump White House staffer who embraced the former president's baseless claims of a stolen election. And just having a quick look. What else we got here? Nothing else specific. She could be, at 25, she could become the youngest woman ever elected to Congress after winning the Republican primary in New Hampshire. Oh, Ted Cruz. 2 weeks ago, Ted Cruz returning to New Hampshire to support Leavitt. Well, that kind of tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it? Yeeps. Yeeps. All right, Karoline Leavitt. Karoline with a K. She sounds, Lola Bell is saying she sounds especially scary, especially since she has presumably a whole political career ahead of her. Karoline Leavitt. Oh, thank you, Lola Bell. I'm sorry it took so long. Thank you, Ken. Star. Okay, well, of course, she's loving it. Loving the attention. Is she running against somebody who's going to wipe the floor with her? This doesn't feel like a done deal in her favor. Oh, Miss Cat M, thank you. Kitty and Fur Mama Treats. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It makes a big difference. Thank you. Okay, 8 of, well, oh, she's got all kinds of far right wing. I'm telling you, they are running their craziest. Ace of Pentacles, Judgment, Devil, Wheel of Fortune. I'm getting the stench, that's the words I'm getting, the stench of Trump. She cannot get the stench of Trump off of her. New Hampshire, apparently, Linda. She cannot get the stench of Trump off of her. Who is she running against? November. Okay, so who won the New Hampshire primary election results, PBS? Hang on. Chris Pappas, is that it? Ari, is it Ari Williams? Thank you. All right, primary election results. U.S. Senate, no New Hampshire Dem primary, Maggie Hassan. Governor, Tom Sherman. Senate GOP primary. Do I have the right? I don't think. Do I have the wrong year? When is it? This is. Huh? Kay Leavitt wins AP race calls at 10:48 p.m. in District 1. Who is she running against? Let's see here. Chris Pappas, you said. Chris Pappas wins running unopposed. Okay. Well, let's have a quick look at that. Chris Pappas, Karoline, what's her name? Leavitt. I don't usually think of New Hampshire as being a bastion of all things far right. Am I missing something? Especially with November and people being really sick of the extremism on the right. But all right, Karoline Leavitt. Stone says 538 has Pappas over Leavitt 47 to 42% as of yesterday. Okay. Thank you. Chariot. Okay, it's a big deal. Ari Williams says, yes, we have a lot of free staters move into the state. Semper says it's a bastion of libertarianism. Ah, okay. All right, Chris Pappas, the November 2022 election. Well, he's running against heinousness. But these are votes through the heart. Whose heart? Karoline Leavitt. What are your cards? Ace of Pentacles. A lot of backing. Lovers. She is one of the Kool-Aid drinkers. Insult to injury. This one is stronger. These are the Chris Pappas cards. This is stronger because I've got more major arcana. And he is in the center standing up, fighting against corruption. Over here, she has a lot of support, but she's not a thing in and of herself. Yeah, but this is insult to injury here. Let's see what else I can get here. The Kingsley says cheating. Oh no. Let's have a look. New Hampshire. Chris Pappas. Karoline Leavitt. I'm not getting good stuff off of her energy. She just isn't. Like, try again next time, kind of. She is wedged into this Trump extremism. There's no there. It's like voting. It's like voting for an envelope that contains Trump. Return to sender. Temperance. Ace of Pentacles. World card. High Priestess. Good grief. Tower. People want temperance. Republicans making a showing, but there's a big ending here over the secrets and the attack. I think she's going to get a lot of support from inside the Republican Party, but she's because she is so tightly linked to Trumpism, it's just that's not good for her. That's a big and the voters are sick of this. Yeah, that's from getting there. So, all right. Well, what a day it's been. Thank you for being here. And thank you to Sarah. Thank you, Sarah, for having come on. Whew. I'm out of puff. I've run out of puff. Anyway, so it's 1:41 p.m. here in Chicago. At 4 o'clock, I will be over on the Creative Sprints channel here on YouTube. Do come along. Bring whatever creative project you want to do, anything, and just hang out. And then we focus on our projects for 25 minutes at a time, and then the few minutes between, we just try to encourage each other. It's really simple. Not selling anything. It's not even monetized. Just a good way to be able to focus on things you want to get done. And be around some nice people. That's all. All right, so that's going to do it for me for today. But I will be right back here tomorrow. Same boo-boo time, same boo-boo channel. And please remember, you are not alone. We are in this together. We are all in this together. And there are good days ahead. There are. All right. So hang in there. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thank you.